creating turnovers, which, as we talk about with our squad, our winning formula is being able to generate explosives, take care of the football on defense, limit the explosives, and get turnovers, and we didn't do either very well today. I like the way we started fast, had an opportunity there in the first half, but, as I told our team just now, for us to take that next step, we've got to be able to make the plays that are there to be made. We had a couple of situations in the first half. We didn't come away with touchdown down inside the 5. We didn't get a 4th and 1. And those are the types of plays where our best players got to show up, make plays, and we've got to do a better job as a coaching staff of putting them in those positions to make plays. We talked all week about getting a game into the fourth quarter and then seeing where we fit. We were able to do that, and I just didn't like the way we finished, which, again, we can get those things corrected. When you go back and look at it, I'm sure we'll see that there were some opportunities that we had that maybe affected us affecting us more than it was Ohio State. And it's my job to make sure we get those things corrected. So I guess with that, I'll open it up to any questions you guys have.
Coach, you talked about the turnovers. With Leah's 2 picks, what did you see in him overall today?
I mean, obviously, when you turn it over, not good. You give up a pick 6 there. Now, when you watch the tape, the receiver's supposed to turn inside, he turns outside. That's a communication issue. There's the ball should have been thrown inside, and we should have had a receiver inside. But, Leah's a veteran player. He's played a lot of football for us. We'll win and lose with him, and I'll take my chances with him because he's a competitor. I like to saw him play a little better today. We'll look at the tape, get him corrected, and get back home and at the Shell and got Illinois for homecoming. George, what's up?
You guys had good protection in the first half, but struggled for the rest of the game to get the run game one. Something more about what they were doing than what you guys were doing?
No, I mean, again, their front 7 is the strength of their defense. They play heavy-handed, especially in the interior parts of their defensive structure. But as I said, and even I'll continue to say it, it's more about what we do a lot than what they do. There wasn't a scheme issue. Our inability to run the ball wasn't numerical because of the numbers they have or they schemed us. It was a matter of our players making plays up front. We were able to generate a couple of explosives, but not enough today. Taylor, what's up?
So he talked earlier this week about, he said he's found a lot of maturation and growth from last year to this year. Did you see, what kind of growth did you see from Talia, I guess, from last year to Ohio State?
I mean, as I said, his growth is beyond just one game, and we're not going to let one game define kind of how he's grown up with us. I think the best part about him is the self-correction. He threw the pick 6, and as soon as he came off, he said, I thought Reese was turning inside. Those are the things where I see the growth because he can self-correct. They did some really good things in terms of dropping 8 to where, we got to find the open guy and check things down. But, we'll win and lose with Talia Tagovailoa, and I can tell you he's a competitor. I know he's not happy in the locker room with the way he played today. None of us are, and it's not one guy; it's all of us, including me. So we'll definitely take this opportunity. Our first loss of the year. There's a lot of football left to be played. I thought our team understands how to prepare for games like this, and now we just got to go find a way to win them.
You said this week that Marvin Harris Jr. is going to be the most explosive wide receiver you face. How much of his game was his ability, and how much was the breakdowns in the back end for you, a combination of the two?
Yeah, I mean, when they're that wide open, obviously there's some breakdowns, and the breakdowns usually start with poor eye discipline. A lot of the big plays they generated there in the second half came off of, as I call wheels, double moves, long developing plays where, we have to keep the ball in front of us. I mean, we know how talented he was, and for a guy like him to still find a way to make plays, that's the piece for me as I evaluate how we played it. That's the part that shows up and that we've got to get corrected because, anybody could tell you that Marvin Harrison is a really good player, and the way you structure things is to take away the good players. And today he made a bunch of plays that, I would have hoped that we would have been better at.
Coach, right here, Chris Heidel, the radio. Second half, starting out really fast, getting that touchdown to open up the second half. Is that something that we've been working on for a while to get that fast pace, to get, and they know their strength in their agility is a little bit better. You know, they're a big team. You know, Big Ten. You know, just get out of the gate.
I mean, we're a rhythm team. You know, the disappointing part for me, you know, is we deferred when we won the toss, because you'd like to try to steal a score at the end of the half, and knowing you're going to get the ball in the second half. And you know what? We had a chance to. It's almost deja vu. A week ago, we're down in field goal range, scoring range in the first half, and we don't execute our end of the half plays the way they should be executed. You know, to check the ball down. We wanted to take a shot in the end zone. We had 12 seconds on the clock. You take a shot. If it's not there, you kick the field goal. What you don't want to do is check it down in that situation, which we did, and we prevented ourselves from, again, taking points before the half. And then we were able, you know, Josh and the offensive staff put a good series together that first drive of the second half to go down and score, which we needed. But, you know, to take care of that, we call it the middle eight, to score before the half and get the ball back in the first drive of the second half. We didn't execute that the right way.
Without Target, just, you know, kind of what was the game plan going into this week to face Harrison, and what did you see from Shepard?
Yeah, I mean, we don't deal a lot with talking about the injury piece. I mean, he was out. The next man up has to perform. We develop our team, and this is why, as I tell you guys all the time, we play a bunch of players, because stuff like this happens in the game of football. You know, obviously we wanted to keep the ball in front of us. We tried to double. We had brackets. We had cover two. We mixed the coverages up. You know, but when you look at giving up 300 yards passing, and most of them came off of, and again, I use the term junk offense, meaning wheel routes, the late highs, the tight ends, you know, slipping down. Those are eye discipline issues. Those are things that we've just got to be better at playing with the eye discipline necessary. And, you know, give credit to Ohio State. They took advantage of some opportunities, things they must have saw on tape, because a couple of the plays they hit were plays that had hurt us before, and we've got to get those things fixed. Thanks, guys.